Your garden should bring you joy, not back pain, not sore knees, not an hour of struggling with tools that weren't built for you. 35 Amazon gadgets that'll change the way you work outside. Some you've never seen before. And number 29 is going to stop you cold. All links are numbered in the description. Let's go. Product 1. Best Choice Products. 6-core 3-2F outdoor metal raised garden bed. This is the single biggest upgrade you can make to your garden if your back or knees have been giving you trouble. At 2 feet tall, you work completely upright. No bending, no crouching, no getting down on the ground at all. The steel frame holds 269 gallons of soil, deep enough for tomatoes, broccoli, carrots, and beans. Assembly is tool-free. The panels lock together with wing nuts, and 4 ground stakes keep the whole bed anchored and stable. This one bed can genuinely add years to how long you enjoy gardening. Product 2. Solar Drip Irrigation System. Automatic Watering Kit. This system runs entirely on solar power and waters up to 15 potted plants, or a full raised bed completely on its own. You set the schedule once, how often, how long, and from that point on, the garden waters itself, whether you're home or not. The solar panel charges during the day, and the pump runs exactly when you've told it to, even on cloudy days with a built-in battery backup. Your plants actually do better on an automatic schedule because they receive consistent moisture instead of the boom and bust cycle of manual watering. Put it in, set it, and walk away. Product 3. Fisker's Stand-Up. Weed Puller Tool. Weeding is one of the most painful tasks in the garden for anyone with back or knee issues, and this tool solves it completely. You position the 4-claw head over the weed, step down on the foot pedal, and the weed comes out root and all without you bending an inch. The ejector button drops the weed right into your bucket with a simple push, so you never have to touch it. Dandelions, thistles, crabgrass. It handles all of them cleanly because it removes the root system, which means the weed doesn't grow back in 2 weeks. This is a tool that people genuinely can't believe they went without for so long. Product 4. Grandpa's Weeder. The original stand-up weed puller tool. This tool has been around since 1913 and earned its reputation for one simple reason: it works. The bamboo handle stands 45 inches tall, so you work completely upright with zero bending or kneeling involved. A lever action at the base uses the ground itself as a fulcrum, so the weed comes out with almost no effort from you. No chemicals, no kneeling, no back strain. Just step, twist, pull, done. A family-owned American company has been making the same tool for over 100 years. That tells you everything. Product 5. Ergonomic 8. Professional Premium Titanium Bypass Pruning Shears. These are the pruning shears that gardeners with arthritis specifically ask for by name. The titanium-coated blades stay sharp far longer than standard steel and glide through branches up to 3/4 of an inch thick with almost no resistance. The spring-loaded design means the shears open automatically after every cut. You squeeze, release, and the tool does the rest. Ergonomic soft grip handles distribute pressure evenly across your palm instead of concentrating it on the joints where arthritis pain lives. Once you use a quality pair like these, the cheap ones feel like a different tool entirely. If you're learning something new today, hit that like button right now and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of these. Back to the list. Product 6. Yamrun 4-in-1 Soil Moisture Meter. Most people water their garden on a schedule, but plants need water based on what's actually happening in the soil. and this tool tells you exactly that. Push the probe in and get a reading on moisture level, pH, sunlight intensity, and fertility, all at once. Overwatering is the #1 reason garden plants die, and this meter removes all the guesswork before you ever turn a hose on. No batteries required. It runs on the energy from the soil itself. Every gardener who starts using a soil meter wonders how they ever grew anything without one. Product 7. CZI Mini Chainsaw and Electric Pruning Shears Combo. This is a 2-in-1 cordless system that handles everything from small branches to thick limbs without a single drop of gas or a pull-start cord. The electric pruning shear attachment handles branches up to 1.5 inches with a one-handed squeeze. No strain on arthritic hands. Switch to the mini chainsaw and you can work through limbs up to 4 inches thick that would stop a standard lopper cold. Both pieces run on the same rechargeable battery lasting up to 90 minutes. For seniors who still want to manage their own trees without calling a service every season, this combo changes what's possible. Product 8. Restmo Watering Wand. Heavy duty. Reaching the back of a raised bed without stretching or leaning is exactly what this wand is designed for. It extends to 30 inches, and the angled neck puts the spray head right where you need it with your arm, in a natural, comfortable position. The thumb control valve lets you adjust water flow from a trickle to full pressure without gripping a trigger repeatedly. One thumb movement, and water flows. 7 spray patterns cover everything from a gentle mist for seedlings to a direct jet for rinsing tools. Your wrist and shoulder stay in a neutral position the entire time. Product 9. Amerla Foldable Garden Kneeler Seat. Heavy duty. This is one of the most useful pieces of equipment for any senior gardener. A padded seat and a kneeling pad in one tool, with built-in handles on both sides. Flip it seat side up for a stable garden bench. Flip it over for a thick kneeling cushion with grab bars to help you get back up. The side handles are what makes this different from a regular kneeling pad. Getting back up from the ground is where most seniors feel the real strain. The frame is powder-coated steel rated for heavy daily use and folds flat for storage. Side pouches hold your hand tools, so everything is right there without walking back to the shed. Product 10. Sun hat for men, women with neck flap. Skin cancer is the most common cancer in the United States, and cumulative sun exposure from decades of outdoor work is the primary cause. This hat covers the ears and the back of the neck, 2 of the most common sites for sun damage in regular gardeners. The UPF rating blocks over 97% of UV radiation, stronger than most sunscreen applied correctly. Lightweight and breathable so you don't overheat in summer, with an adjustable chin strap that keeps it in place on windy days. Wearing one consistently is one of the simplest things you can do to protect your long-term health. Product 11. Eden 9342 Programmable Digital Water Timer 2-Zone. This device screws onto your outdoor faucet and completely automates your garden watering. No smartphone, no Wi-Fi, no app needed. You program 2 independent zones directly on the unit, setting which days and what time each zone runs. Zone 1 can water your vegetable beds at 7 in the morning, while Zone 2 handles your flower beds 3 hours later. All without you touching a thing. Battery powered with a standard 9 volts, so it works even if the power goes out. This is the kind of automation that costs very little and saves enormous effort every single week. Product 12. Long Gardening Gloves. Women's standard garden gloves stop at the wrist, which leaves exposed skin right where rose thorns and blackberry canes actually make contact. These extended gloves reach up to the elbow, protecting the forearm completely while working in thorny shrubs or tight planting spaces. The material is puncture-resistant enough to handle thorns, but flexible enough that you don't lose dexterity when handling small seedlings. For anyone with thin or sensitive skin, which becomes more common with age, that extended coverage prevents scratches that take much longer to heal than they used to. Good gloves are one of the most overlooked pieces of gardening equipment. Product 13. Giraffe Tools Retractable Garden Hose. Reel 1R2 inch x 130 ft. Dragging a hose across the yard and coiling it back up at the end of a session is one of the most physically demanding parts of garden maintenance, and this product eliminates it entirely. The hose mounts to the wall, extends to a full 130 feet, and when you're done, a slight tug pulls it back in and coils it perfectly every time. The hybrid polymer construction is kink-resistant and rated for temperatures from -40 to 140 degrees. No more tripping over hoses, no more strained shoulders from coiling, no more kinks you have to chase down by hand. Product 14. Gartle Cut and Hold Pole Pruner. This pole extends your reach by 32 inches and weighs just over 1 pound, 3 times lighter than a traditional lopper of the same length. The cut-and-hold jaw grabs the branch after cutting and holds it until you're ready to release, so nothing falls on your head. The rotating cutter head adjusts to different angles, so you can prune at ground level without bending and reach overhead without straining your shoulder. Single-handed operation keeps your other hand free for balance. For roses, fruit trees, and anything thorny you don't want your hands near, this is the answer. Product 15. Smart Planter with App Control. Self-watering AI plant pot with LCD display. This planter has a built-in soil moisture sensor that monitors your plant's water level in real time and waters it automatically when the soil gets too dry. The LCD screen shows current moisture, temperature, and light reading, so you can see at a glance whether your plant is thriving. The companion app sends you a notification if anything needs attention: watering, more light, or nutrients. For herbs on a kitchen windowsill or any container plant that tends to get forgotten, this removes the guesswork completely. The reservoir holds enough to run automatically for 1 to 2 weeks between refills. Product 16. Sunny Days Garden Cart with Wheels. Carrying bags of soil, pots, and tools around the yard is one of the hidden physical demands of gardening that adds up fast. This wheeled cart takes all of that weight off your body. Load everything in once and roll it where you need it, over grass, gravel, and uneven ground, without getting stuck. A built-in tool organizer holds trowels, pruners, and wand handles, upright and in reach. The rust-resistant steel frame handles heavy loads without flexing or tipping. This cart reduces the number of trips to the shed by half and takes the strain of carrying completely out of the equation. Product 17. Comfy Brace 2. Pack Nighttime Pain Relief. Wrist brace for carpal tunnel gardening puts repetitive stress on the wrist and thumb joints. And for seniors dealing with carpal tunnel or arthritis, that translates into significant pain and morning stiffness. These braces hold the wrist in a neutral position while you sleep, which is when inflammation has the best chance to reduce. Medical-grade aluminum stays provide firm support without cutting off circulation. Wearing them consistently at night means you wake up with less stiffness and can work longer sessions without the wrist fatigue that used to cut your time short. The 2-pack means 1 on each hand, or alternate while washing. Product 18. Flexzilla Garden Hose, 5 or 8 in, X50 FTD. Lightweight all-weather water hose. Standard garden hoses are stiff, heavy, and constantly kinking. Every one of those problems disappears with this hose. The hybrid polymer material stays flexible in freezing temperatures where regular hoses crack, and doesn't stiffen in summer heat either. The weight is dramatically lower than rubber hoses of the same length, which makes a real difference when pulling it across the lawn or lifting it over a raised bed edge. Kink resistance is built into the material, not just a label claim. It genuinely doesn't hold a curl. The quality difference is obvious the first time you pick it up. Product 19. Brock's 2026. Gooing Top LED Grow Light. For seniors who want to start seedlings indoors before the last frost or grow herbs in the kitchen year-round, this grow light solves the problem completely. The full-spectrum LED mimics natural sunlight across the wavelengths plants actually use, so plants grow fuller and stronger than they do under regular indoor lighting. The adjustable stand raises and lowers as your plants grow, and a built-in timer controls the schedule automatically. Indoor gardening with a quality grow light extends your growing season by months, regardless of what's happening outside. This is how you garden through winter without stopping. Product 20. Lulu Home Ultrasonic Animal Repeller Deer. Rabbits and groundhogs can undo an entire season of garden work in a single night. This device stops them without traps, poisons, or chemicals. The solar-powered stake emits ultrasonic frequencies that are irritating to animals but completely inaudible to humans, activating only when motion is detected. Multiple units around the garden perimeter create a zone animals quickly learn to avoid entirely. Safe for pets and children, solar-powered so no batteries to replace and no cords to run. For gardeners who've lost plants to wildlife and are tired of the frustration, this is a clean solution that actually works. Product 21. Vive Suction Cup Grabber Reacher 32. 2-pack. The 32-inch reach means you can grab dropped trowels, gloves, or seed packets from the ground while staying completely upright. No bending required. The suction cup tips grip smooth objects like pots and spray bottles, and the jaw-style grip handles textured items like soil bags or small rocks. The folding design locks straight for use and collapses in half for storage in a pocket or tool bag. For anyone with limited hip or spine flexibility, this keeps you from the bending and getting back up motion that causes the most strain. 2-pack means one in the shed and one in the house. Product 22. Woodworking Apron for Men. A good garden apron organizes everything into one wearable tool kit so you never walk back to the bench for a tool you forgot. Deep front pockets fit full-length hand tools, reinforced loops hold pruners securely, and the kangaroo-style bottom pocket collects your harvest, lettuce, herbs, small tomatoes, without repeated trips to the kitchen. The heavy-duty canvas protects your clothing from soil, sap, and fertilizer during extended sessions. Adjustable straps fit over any clothing without pinching, and the neck strap distributes weight evenly so it doesn't pull on your back. A well-fitted apron genuinely changes the rhythm of how you work in the garden. Product 23. Mancra Solar Pathway Lights. Garden path lighting makes your yard beautiful in the evening and dramatically safer after dusk when trip hazards become invisible. These solar lights charge during daylight and automatically switch on at dark. No switches, no timers, no wiring. The warm white glow clearly illuminates a walkway without being harsh, and the weather-resistant casing handles rain, frost, and summer heat. You push the stake into the ground where you want it, and you're done. The rechargeable battery inside doesn't need replacing for years under normal use. Product 24. Linkine Smart Landscape Path. Lights SP6LV. Where a standard solar path light just turns on and stays on, this smart version lets you control brightness, color temperature, and scheduling from your phone. Set them brighter on evenings when you're outside and dim overnight when you're in bed. The LED bulbs are rated to last over 25,000 hours, and they connect in a series with a single transformer. no individual batteries in each fixture. For a garden you want to enjoy well into the evening, this is a genuine upgrade from basic path lighting. Product 25. Off. Deep Woods Insect Repellent. Aerosol, dry, non-greasy. Formula mosquitoes and ticks carry diseases that are a genuine health concern, and seniors spending extended time outdoors in warm months face real exposure. This formula provides up to 8 hours of protection against mosquitoes, ticks, gnats, and biting flies in a single application. The dry, non-greasy aerosol doesn't leave a slick film on your skin or transfer onto everything you touch. Important when you're handling tools and plants all session long. It works effectively even in humid conditions, where lighter formulas wash off with sweat. Staying bite-free is a meaningful part of actually enjoying your time in the garden. Product 26. Sunjo Corded Electric Garden. Tiller and cultivator with steel tines. Breaking up compacted soil by hand is one of the most exhausting tasks in the garden, and for seniors with limited wrist or shoulder strength, it's often what makes the whole project feel impossible. This electric tiller drives 6 steel tines into the soil automatically, loosening it to 8 inches deep with very little physical effort from you. You guide it, the motor powers it. Corded operation means unlimited runtime and consistent power throughout the session. Cultivating before planting improves drainage, establishes roots faster, and makes weeding easier for the entire season. This turns a half-day task into a 20-minute one. Product 27. Premium Germany. Pruning shears. German-forged steel holds an edge that standard tool steel simply cannot match, and in pruning shears that translates directly into less effort per cut. Sharp blades slice cleanly through stems and branches, while dull blades crush and tear, causing both plant disease and significantly more strain on the hand with every squeeze. The ergonomic grip is contoured for natural hand positioning whether you're right or left-handed, and the spring-loaded return means your hand rests between cuts automatically. Adjust the tension screw to exactly the resistance your hand prefers. Lighter for arthritic hands, firmer for more control. Well-made pruning shears are a tool you buy once and use for decades. Product 28. Mixi 10 Packs Seed Starter Tray. Seed Starter Kit. Starting plants from seed indoors extends your growing season by weeks because you're putting an established seedling in the ground instead of waiting for outdoor germination. The kit includes 10 trays, a humidity dome that creates a mini greenhouse effect, and plant markers so you know what's in each cell. The dome dramatically improves germination rates, especially for peppers and tomatoes, which need warmth to sprout reliably. Individual cells make transplanting clean because each seedling pops out without disturbing its neighbors. For seniors who want control over exactly what varieties they grow, seed starting pays dividends every season. Number 29 is coming up right now, and I promise you, this one is going to stop you cold. Product 29. Euquessen Cordless Leaf Blower. Most leaf blowers are heavy, loud, two-handed machines that fight back against you the whole time. This one weighs under 3 pounds and is quiet enough to use without hearing protection. The variable speed trigger dials down for light debris on a path or up for damp leaves packed into corners. Single-handed operation is completely comfortable. You're directing it, not wrestling it. For seniors who used to pay for leaf removal or spend hours with a rake, this changes that equation entirely. In about 15 minutes, the garden looks clean. The moment you pick this up for the first time, you will genuinely not understand why you waited. Product 30. Gardener Supply Company French Blue Watering Can. This can is designed with the handle positioned directly over the center of gravity when full. so the weight goes to your shoulder and upper arm instead of straining your wrist. The long, narrow spout delivers water precisely to the base of the plant. Watering leaves encourages fungal disease. Watering the soil directly feeds the roots. The removable rosehead produces a gentle shower for seedlings without washing away soil or damaging stems. A good watering can is one of those tools you use every single day, and the balance on this one makes a real difference over time. Product 31. Work Pro Extra Thick Kneeling Pad. There are moments in every gardening session where you end up briefly on your knees, and without proper padding, those moments create soreness that compounds over a whole season. This extra thick foam doesn't compress flat under body weight, so your knees are actually cushioned rather than sitting on a thin layer that's basically touching the ground anyway. Large enough for both knees at once, with a waterproof surface that doesn't absorb mud or morning dew. Light enough to tuck under your arm and carry anywhere in the yard. It's the kind of small investment that protects your joints for years. Product 32. Fiskars Kangaroo Collapsible Spring-Up Garden Bag for Yard Waste. This bag collapses completely flat for storage and springs open to a full 30-gallon volume in a single motion. The wide opening stays open on its own, so you can toss clippings and pulled weeds in from a distance without holding the bag open. When it's full, the handles let you carry or drag it to the compost or curbside, then it pops flat again in seconds. Breathable fabric lets air flow through so wet clippings dry out rather than rotting into a solid mass at the bottom. For regular pruning sessions or fall cleanup, this is one of the most practical tools in the yard. Product 33. Flinter Rolling Garden Work Seat with Wheels. You sit on the padded seat at exactly the right height to work at bed level, and the wheels let you roll smoothly along a garden row without standing up between positions. Under the seat is a full tool tray, so everything you need is right there. The swivel seat lets you turn to reach in different directions without getting up or losing balance. For raised bed gardening where leaning over would normally strain your back, rolling alongside while seated changes the whole experience. This is the tool that makes it genuinely possible to spend hours in the garden without paying for it the next morning. Product 34. Somilux 52 Weed Puller Stand-Up Weeder Weeding Tool. At 52 inches, this is one of the longest handles available, so taller gardeners can weed in a completely neutral spine position without any forward lean. The 4 stainless steel claws drive into the soil around the root when you step on the foot pedal, and a lever mechanism ejects the weed cleanly without you bending. Stainless steel resists rust through wet seasons and muddy conditions, important for a tool going into damp soil regularly. Works on dandelions, thistles, and most taprooted weeds that are notoriously difficult to remove completely by hand. For a large lawn with a persistent weed problem, this is dramatically faster than any alternative. Product 35. Work Pro Garden Knee Pads. For unisex adult strap knee pads, give you something a kneeling mat cannot. Protection that moves with you and stays in position whether you're kneeling, shifting, or moving along a row. The thick EVA foam absorbs both the impact of going down and the sustained pressure of staying there, which is what causes deep soreness after a long session. Adjustable straps fit over jeans or leggings without cutting off circulation or sliding down during use. Protecting your joints now is exactly how you stay in the garden 10 years from now. 35 products, every single one designed to keep you doing what you love, without paying for it with pain the next day. All 35 links are organized by number in the description below. If this video showed you something you didn't know existed before today, Hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We'll see you there.